We're
Um,
live.
Hi.
Good evening. Welcome to a bullshitting version of the Bubba Show. Uh, I'm here with Dave of It Takes Two Philippines, and
Mhm.
just thought I would go ahead and was reading about 4,000 more U.S. troops being deployed to Afghanistan. Is it ever going to end?
Yeah, is that the premise?
Well, yes and no. Um, it's a beautiful night. I didn't really have much work today. Well, I didn't really have any work today, so it's slow now for work. So I thought, rather than just sitting around, why don't I at least get on and kill some time bullshitting on the internet?
Ah. Okay.
So plus two, I know you're going tomorrow to Canada, and you're gonna have a good time and be able to cool off a little bit.
Which is always nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, I think yesterday was 80 degrees, and it was actually comfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all.
No, unfortunately, it's not like that every day. If it were 80 every day, man, I'd be tickled pink.
Well, it'd be nice if the humidity dropped a little bit around here. Fuck.
It's always
Look at it.
super.
Look at. It's Graham Cochran. My love. Where's Rona? I want a bona.
I don't know where Rona is.
I don't either.
I
So,
was
yeah.
chatted with her earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit shit. What the hell is it? Facebook.
Okay. I
Uh, she's
wasn't
doing
sure what you
fine.
were saying there for a second. I thought you were going to say there's an alternate channel called Shit Takes Two. I was going to be like, wow, that's horrible.
That'd be a hell of a troll channel.
It's like
uh,
It's like
uh,
alternate Italy. It's like welcome to Italy.
yeah, right. That'd be funny.
So anyway, you were saying, ouch. Graham says she's got too many miles on the clock. I'm telling,
Damn.
I'm telling, man. I'm gonna tell you something. No, I better not. I'll just leave that one alone. In vino veritas. Anyway, um, so 4,000 extra troops to Afghanistan sounds like we're trying to squash the place.
Something. But I mean, how many are there now? I mean, I
Um,
know there's obviously some there now, but isn't Afghanistan supposed to have a trained military?
Now come on, let's not do this rhetorical bullshit. We know the answer to that, just like we know the answer to Iraq having a trained military. It's a fucking joke. It's a sham. We know what happens. If you haven't read it already, there's an op-ed called "Why Arabs Lose Wars," and I can't remember who it is right now, but it's a fucking famous op-ed. This fan's blowing too fast. It has Hello Kitty on it. See, this is how not often I come out into my living area right up here on the second floor. I bought the sectional sofa up here. I never come out here because it's fucking hot. A lot of buffering.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Anyway, there's an op-ed by a senior enlisted guy called "Why Arabs Lose Wars." I think it's a senior enlisted guy, and it basically revolves around not having middle management, aka senior enlisted guy, non-commissioned officers.
Hmm.
Still here,
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
and that's one of the reasons that the Middle East has not been successful. They modeled themselves on the old British model when before or around the time of Sykes-Picot Treaty, where the officers were the managers. Period. They led, they trained everything. So
Ah, so
what you
so
have, and yeah, go ahead.
So, in other words, then the training of the troops is a reflection on the officer. If you got a shitty officer, it's going to be a shitty outfit. If it's a good officer, it's going to be a good outfit. Is that what?
That's part of it, and the other part is you can't have one person managing a large group like that. You have to have several people managing small groups. That's the way things really work in the United States Army. Is you have lots of small group leaders. You go from a corps or an army with a 4-star general, a corps with a 4-star, 3-star general.
You there?
People managing the enlisted troops,
Okay.
and they're not going to. Officers, they're enlisted people that have been on the ground, muddy, bloody, the whole thing. They know how to manage these junior troops, train them. Battle. I'm not sure why he's calling me.
Why? Who's calling you? Who's calling you?
So that's my synopsis of why they win a war. If that helps.
Yeah, it does. That was a good synopsis. I hear you. Hello. I can hear you.
This is turning into a train wreck. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can. So.
Oh, it was Kevin,
Well,
Big Kevin, no bullshit, calling me.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got to get him on eventually.
Yeah, I'm here. We're having feedback of some sort.
Yeah, we are. So, good old internet here. That's funny, man. Every time you come on, Graham pops up. He's definitely a loyal listener.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, asshole. Yeah, he is. You in. Okay, so what's your agenda? What's your agenda for? Well, I know it's your dad's birthday in Canada, but what else? What else you guys gonna do? Can you hear me?
Okay. You
Okay.
there?
I am.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Some sort of a lag there. I don't know.
Damn, reception sucks. Can you hear me, Graham? I think Dave's got a bad signal or something. Maybe I got a bad signal. For that matter. Well, it says it's not. It's just bizarre. Okay. I can't hear Dave. Maybe I could try sending him another invite.
No.
Okay, now I hear you.
Oh. Okay, what?
Yeah, you cut out there for a little bit. That's when I started saying.
That's
when I started saying,
okay.
Can anybody hear me? Graham's like, I can hear you. I can't hear you. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let me reset my internet really quick, and I'll come back.
Okay, I'll have you back on. Hey, Graham, how would you feel about coming on? One thumbs down. Gee, I wonder who that was from. Ha 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 ha. The war against trolls. Yeah, it'd be cool if you did. Then you could come on. Hell, you listen enough. You should at least be a guest on the show. Yep, Hemi. Hemi gave the thumbs down. Oh well. Goodbye. Hey, Big Kev, how are you? Okay, awfully quiet. Huh, maybe I should say something. Okay, since Dave's going to be trying to get back in, I will just give a plug. And Monday's show, there you are.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, I got a thumb.
I had a
Can you believe I actually got a thumbs down? My feelings so hurt.
Damn. Okay.
No.
Hey,
Personally, I hope I get 1,000,000 trolls, because if I got 1,000,000 trolls, that means there's probably 4 or 5 million other people out there that like me. So that's the way I feel about that.
hear me.
I can hear you now. Yeah, you should talk to Sky when you get back or something. Because, man, I'm surprised PLDT service sucks that bad. I had them before and they were good, but maybe it's just the area of town you're in. What? Nice fried fish and strawberries and ice cream. God, do I miss fresh strawberries? Sheesh. Can't really find them here. When you do, they're ridiculously priced. Are you there, Dave? Dave reminds me of the Cheech and Chong. Dave? Dave's not here, man. Hey, come on, man. Open the door. It's Dave. Come on, man. Dave? Dave's not here, man. Hey, Jerry. I'm here waiting for Dave. Dave's reception has not been that great tonight. There you are. I heard some noise.
Hey, buddy, that's me.
What's up, Big Kev?
Oh, it's the same every day. I woke up. Hey, buddy, that's me.
What's up, Big Kev? Mute the volume there, brother. On YouTube.
I'm good. I woke up, buddy, that's me.
What's up, Big Kev? Mute the volume there, brother.
I gotta fix my volume.
On YouTube. Okay, just mute it. That's all you got to do. What's up, Big Kev? Mute the volume there, brother. He's not chasing the dog.
There.
Dash. Cool. How you been? I listen to you and I watch your videos, but I've never had you on.
Well, I just jumped on for a little bit. I just got irritated this morning.
What are you irritated about, man?
Well, I said goodnight to everybody last night, and I went into like people's chat rooms, and I just said goodnight to everybody, and somebody got angry because I got into their site, and they just their group, and they didn't want like people going on that group that doesn't have anything to do with their group page. And so if I lived in that area, then it would be okay for me to put posts and stuff. But since I don't live in that area, and I have to, they want people that that has something good to say about the area, like where you can get a good hot dog or a good cup of coffee or something, then it's okay to post. But if you don't live in that area, you can't post anything.
It's ridiculous. I can't see a goddamn thing.
We got you back.
Oh, do you?
Yep, you can't see a goddamn thing.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Let me ask you a question. What the fuck did Hemi say?
Oh, Hemi just said something about a ball, and I could pick up the ball if something happens with Peter or some bullshit like that.
He couldn't handle it if he tried.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, God Almighty, what a what a nasty son of a bitch. Oh, anyway, I know it's him, but I don't care. Like I said, if a troll shows up, I'll just ban him. Not a problem. I got no problems at all with doing that.
Right.
So, that's why I'm really looking forward to Monday's show, though. I think it's going to be a blast.
Oh, by the way, Monday on our show, we have this young boy coming on that was railing on the hobo. He had a hobo rant. Did you see that thing?
Oh, no, I did not. I don't believe I did. If you send me the link, I'll be more than happy to look at it.
What happened?
Nothing. Why? Oh, Jerry Kudanians said, "Hey, Dave, you still in Davao?" Oh, Cat Molina.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. You sound
Okay.
great
I just
now.
want to make sure because this has been a trying experience. Yeah, I'm in Davao right now. I'll be leaving in a few hours. In I guess 4 a.m. Manila, then Seoul, then Vancouver. So yay, about 24 hours of fucking flight.
Going to Seoul. You got to get some soul and soul.
I tell you, man, it's only a 1 hour layover in Seoul. But of course, my niece who worships the K-pop scene.
Oh, God.
Ate, could you please get me something from Korea?
I'm sorry. I did not see the attraction of K-pop.
They're Asian. They bleach their skin and they use BGH to be really tall. If people knew Koreans back in the 90s and before, it would be a different story. It's really funny how Asian culture has developed on its own, apart from everybody else, and it's become like this weird thing. Because back in the 90s, Koreans were just basically unknown people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Right. And now they're like they have this superstar status in Asia, but back in the 90s, it was just kind of a shithole. And I'm not saying anything bad about it. I love Korea. I love the Korean people. I speak Korean. I can read and write it. But it's an interesting culture, and it's amazing how fast it's developed into this big pop culture, so to speak. It's a tiny peninsula of people, and it's developed into this huge thing.
Yeah, did you know Mindanao, the island of Mindanao, is actually bigger than South Korea?
Right, exactly. And Korea is like this economic powerhouse in the world. Back 20 years ago, there was no, I mean, LG was lucky. It was Gold Star. It was Lucky Gold Star, but you would see like Gold Star TVs and Kmart and stuff like that. Now LG is this preeminent thing. Samsung was a nothing. Hyundai was barely thought of.
Kia killed in action.
Kia, and I got to tell you something. I bought a Kia in 2002, a Kia Optima, and it's one of the nicest cars I've ever had.
Huh.
Yeah, really. I mean,
I'm just biased, I guess, towards American or European or Japanese, like Sony, because Sony's been around forever.
I got to tell you something, man. I've got a Sony TV downstairs. I wanted a Samsung, and the Indian guy that sold it to me is like, no, sir. You need a Sony TV. It is the best TV in the world. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Samsung's kicking ass across the world. Why would I want to waste my money, extra money, by the way, on a Sony TV when I could get a Samsung TV at the same size for half the price? No, sir. And my wife was like, you got to get the Sony. So I got the Sony. Samsungs are fine. I got to tell you something. Korea's really come a long way in 2 decades. I mean, a phenomenally long way. You look at the phones. I mean, what do you have now? You have a choice between what? An Apple iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy. Those are your flagship phones now.
Yeah.
I have an LG.
And LG's good. LG Gold Star knows how to make quality products. I mean, even back in the 90s, the 3 major companies in Korea, you had Daewoo, you had Kia, and you had Hyundai. I mean, they kind of own everything, and Samsung, of course. And
Daewoo, I don't think they're even around anymore. I remember they were selling cars, and
Daewoo was bought by Kia, I believe.
Okay, it makes sense because you only saw Daewoo cars in the U.S. for like 2 years, and then they just disappeared off the face of the earth.
It's the funniest thing. I bought a Daewoo car. I bought a Daewoo Nubira. I saw Daewoo's when I took tours in Korea, and I was like, "Wow, these are really nice." And the Koreans like, "No, we need Japanese car." They still had the bias back then, and they hated the Japanese. It was a self-loathing thing. But I bought a Daewoo car when they came out, paid cash for it, bought it off, and it got wrecked. And when I went to get it to the insurance, they totaled it because they said Daewoo is out of business in the United States. There is no Daewoo US. They're folding up business in the US. Now they still make cars in Korea.
Okay.
Well, they make a lot of ships there too.
And that's true. Yes, he's absolutely right. And the other thing people don't know about Korea is that it's this what do you call it? There's a word for it, Bubba, that Carnegie and those guys used to use for their kind of capitalism. It's not really a monopoly. It's like a stratification where they own like everything, the manufacturing, the buildings, everything.
Monopoly?
It's not quite monopoly though. It's something else. But that's the way these three major companies are. Like now Samsung, I'm sure does, but back in the day, Hyundai used to build their own apartments. They used to supply their own cement. They did their own mining. They did their own equipment. They did everything.
So they only relied on themselves.
Exactly, Kevin.
Self-reliance. That's good.
Yeah, so these three major companies kind of grew up beside each other, rivals, and did these huge things and made Korea what it is now. And I mean, that's only within a 20 or 30 year span, probably a little longer than that. But that's my history of knowledge of Korean industry.
Well,
Hey,
I know.
Dave?
Go ahead, Kev.
If they buy their own stuff, if they make their own stuff, isn't that a little bit like prejudice?
I don't know. I don't know if I see it that way. I think that we tend to see it that way in a socioeconomic status in the United States because during the tail end of the industrial area, we kind of had that thing with Carnegie and several others, the oil barons, the coal barons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But
because
yeah,
because when I was in the Philippines, I went to like SM, and they have like Samsung washing machines, Samsung dryers, all kinds of electronics. But you come here in the US, and you don't even know that stuff exists.
Yeah, that's true because that's what I was fixing to say is in the U.S. outside of cell phones, you don't see a lot of Samsung stuff. You go to Best Buy or somewhere that sells TVs, there's way more Sonys than there is Samsungs. Samsung just doesn't have the reputation in America, I guess, that they have here. And it's even in cell phones, those Samsung's still getting their butts kicked in the U.S. by Apple because, of course, Apple's a U.S. company too.
Yeah. But they're trying to do their like advertisements, like with big sports figures. Like if you go to a sporting event, you see like Samsung sponsorship. So they're trying to be recognized.
Yeah, that's funny. You don't really see Apple doing that. You know, you would think they have the money, more than enough money to slap their name on a sports stadium or something like that, but they don't.
Well, yeah, look at how many people, like if you have a big event like NASCAR or, you know, one of those big enduro races, you would think that a lot of these big companies would try to be recognized by the ads and stuff, but you don't see that much here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just biased, but I'm just not a huge fan of Samsung at all. So,
Well, if the price is good,
well, if the
you
price is
know,
good, the product's good, but I guess I would rather buy things that like when I had a TV, I always had a Sony
Zenith.
television. I always had a
Oh,
Sony. Well, yeah, when I was younger, I had Zenith, I had RCA,
yeah.
but then when I got older, I started, and I had more money and stuff. I started buying Sony stuff because Sony already has always had a good reputation, and they were pretty good. So
But yeah, for me, I would buy even if I had the money. Um, I would try to go with something that has a good rep to it.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it doesn't matter like if it's American or German, Dutch. If it's the price is good, and I know like it's gonna last, it has good warranty. I think that has pretty important. If they company would recognize the warranty, and I could just take back, replace it, or get another one.
Yeah, marketing is everything too. Um, I remember like 10 years ago, Cadillacs had a better resale value than Mercedes, but yet Cadillac would consistently get their butts kicked in the resale market by Mercedes simply because of marketing. Everybody thought that Mercedes cars, resale wise, held their value better, and when actually statistics proved that Cadillac actually held their value better. But
Yeah,
I'm doing
Honda,
a
they
campaign
have a
for
pretty good rep.
love.
what's up, Dave?
Nothing, man. I was just joking around. So interesting story. Why can I talk about the hobo here?
Yeah, man, I
Sure.
don't give a shit.
Oh, I just want to make sure because there's a thumbs down here. Um,
Only one.
Yeah, I don't care.
well, that only means he's been able to log in one time. Why is he on the attack on me again? I'm trying to figure this out. I avoided this fuck for a month or so.
Well, here's the reason why. We see his AdSense is in the shitter.
Yeah.
He's not making any money. I mean, come on, he has to steal Cremos. I mean, they're what, 5 or 10 pesos for a pack
Right,
of
that's pretty
Cremos?
poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you gotta rip off like what, $5.10 worth of shit, which means your life is shit. You were wearing the same fucking shirt in the police station yesterday that you were wearing when you changed your profile picture on June 6th. We know you haven't changed since then. We know you don't bathe because the officers were there talking in Tagalog about who would be the one to have the honor to hose you down. So it just says loser, and you keep shooting off your mouth, you keep insulting people, and eventually you're going to get your ass stomped for it, or end up sitting in a jail cell. And
And you're gonna get your ass stomped there too.
yeah, because they're going to put you in. Unfortunately, they'll all be expats, so they probably all stick together. Well, actually, he doesn't have that kind of personality, so he'll probably troll them too, and then end up getting the shit beat out of him. And unfortunately, they won't stick him in with a bunch of Filipinos, which would really be
Right.
great if they stuck him in with a bunch of Filipinos. That would be, and then the cops show him his videos.
Last night on my show, I had a guest, and he was saying that he's stepping on a lot of Filipinos' toes. So he has to look out for the expats, but he also had to look out for the Filipino people because he insulted them and their country and everything. So my guest last night was just talking about he got to really be careful and tread
lightly. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing too. He hasn't stepped on their toes. He has smashed them with a sledgehammer.
Well, on you guys' toes, I'm talking about like on my toe. He talked to me twice, and I just kind of like, okay, like I don't really have anything to do with him, and he doesn't have nothing to do with me. But so I just said hi to him a couple of times, and that was it.
Ah, okay. Yeah. He's just a worthless human being. That's all he is. No redeeming value. Has never worked in his life. Has been basically a leech off society. And
well, how long has he been in the Philippines? Do you think?
Oh God. Well, he started his channel in I think 2014. Well, his now non-existent channel. But
okay. Because remember, last night my topic was I survived the Philippines. Can you? And I'm just kind of thinking how long has he been here, and how long did he? How far can he survive?
Well, I think me and another listener were talking about this the other day, and when you just look at his videos in the last 6 months, he has really, really aged. If you watch his video, I mean, he's aged quite a bit. He's looking like a 70-year-old man, and he's 36. I'm 50. I smoke like a factory, but I'm not a heavy drinker. I generally try to eat healthy. I drink a lot of water, and I don't look as old as he does.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but see, if you look at my pictures when I was in the Philippines, I lost a massive amount of weight, and my face shrunk, and I look like I aged quite a bit. And then when I come back to the U.S., I got junk food in me and stuff like that. But I quit drinking since 2014 till now. I never touched a drink. So I'm kind of proud about that.
Well, that's good. I drink a little bit, but very rarely. I get drunk probably once every couple of months.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna pick up some. Hopefully, I'm gonna pick up some whiskey in Canada, in the Gulag, state-controlled British Columbia.
Gulag.
Yeah, it is a fucking gulag, man.
Canada?
No,
yeah.
BC is.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it? I've never been to BC. Yep. I've only been to Eastern Canada. I've been to St. John's, New Brunswick. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Quebec City. I've been to Ottawa and Toronto. And
just Vancouver for me.
And out of those, I gotta say, by far, Ottawa was probably the most boring place I've ever been in my life.
Ottawa's like DC.
I don't think it's even like that. There's a hell of a lot more to do in DC. Of course, I grew up around that area
that's true.
too.
But Ottawa's just another rich place. It's Rona.
Rona's on.
Mwah.
Hi, Rona.
No, seriously, man. State-controlled fucking liquor stores in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's like Pennsylvania's like that. The state runs all the liquor stores and stuff. So, yeah, which sucks. I think the best place to buy liquor outside of Nevada was actually Florida. Florida was great, and South Carolina too. in West Virginia, actually, you could buy liquor at 7-Elevens.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you're in West Virginia at the Purple Cow in Grafton, my cousin waters down the liquor, and he puts Evan Williams in the Jack bottles. That douche.
What a scumbag.
Yeah.
That sounds like something somebody else we know would do. If he could even afford it, if he even had a job.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, that's cool though, man. At least, yeah, you get to take a trip. I haven't been, well, I haven't left since I've been here, which has been 1.5 years. So, you know, when the 3-year thing hits, what I'll probably do is I got a cousin in Taipei, so I may go to Taiwan and visit him because I haven't seen him in like 30 years. But he's a Jehovah's Witness, so I may or may not. Or what I might do is I thought about going to Hong Kong simply because it's cheap to catch a flight there, but I guess I don't know what hotels would be like.
Yeah, probably pricey.
Yeah, so what I may do is just take a little trip to China. My company's
You
based
could
there.
go to Guam. Guam is pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but man, what the hell's there to do in Guam?
Nothing.
Talk to
Drink.
people from Guam.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Russians that go there now, and a lot of Japanese go there.
Oh, that's enticing. The Russians. I got to tell you something. When I was in the UAE, my wife said, "Hun, let's go on vacation to Ras Al Khaimah. It's a really great emirate." And I'm like, "What's there?" Oh, and we went to this Turkish 5-star hotel. All Russians and Kazakhs. A bunch of fat, tan guys with gold chains and Slavonic crosses. I'd never seen so much obnoxious shit in my life.
they almost sound like Greeks.
Oh, no,
Almost.
Worse.
Really? Wow. Well, I know Greeks are really cheap with the money. They are really tight. In general, I'm not saying all of them, but the Greeks I've always dealt with have always been really, really cheap and tight. So I don't know if the Russians are like that.
No, they're the boasters. They're like the Indians of Europe.
Okay. You know, I knew some Indians in the U.S. Believe it or not, most of the Indians I actually ran across and actually got a chance to get to know were actually really cool.
Well, the ones that are in the U.S., they Americanize quickly. They assimilate fairly well.
Yeah, like I had an account, and the woman was she was a psychiatrist, and she was actually Catholic, but she was from India originally, but had lived in America for years. She had a big old house on the water, which it looked like one of the zombie apocalypse houses. It was like thick white walls. Like the front doors were metal, solid metal, like you'd find on a bank vault or something.
Wow.
And her son was really cool. He was like in his 30s, but it's funny if you heard him talk, because he was born and raised in the U.S., but if you heard him talk and you never saw him, you'd swear he was Caucasian.
Oh.
But really educated, really nice, great people, man. I used to hang out there for a couple hours after I'd do their pulling bullshit with them. So
one of the largest enclaves of Catholics in the world, India. Nobody would have known it unless they left the country. When I was in the UAE, the church was filled up with Indian Catholics, the Catholic Church. So yeah,
there's actually quite a few Indian Catholics.
Oh yeah. In fact, the church we're going to go to in Vancouver, in North Vancouver, the two priests are both from the Malabar side of India. They're the Portuguese influenced Indians. They have Portuguese last names.
Yeah, that's cool. You
Yeah.
mean you're not going to go to like a Russian Orthodox church?
I'm a Catholic. So no.
Yeah.
When I was in Buckland, Dave.
Yep.
when I was in McCullough, I lived over in Homesite, and my next door neighbor was a big Indian. He was like one of those money changers, and my couple of my neighbors told me to quit hanging out with them. And I go, really? He said, yeah, because a lot of people's angry with him and his family members. And when somebody's suing him because of he was doing something that, I don't know, that it was bad. And then again, because he would always come and get me and go drinking. He loved to drink. And one day he got a phone call. He went outside of his gate to answer the phone, and a motorcycle guy drove by, and the guy on the passenger gunned him down. So that was kind of messed up, and they never got caught. And that was
Kind of messed up. That's pretty shitty.
2013. That's when it happened.
Huh.
Yeah, but see, my neighbors already knew what was going to happen to him, and they told me quit being around him because something bad was going to happen. So that's kind of messed up. That, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking too. What I might do is go to Beijing, because you could get a 5-star hotel in Beijing for like $100 a night.
Yeah, and you don't have to smoke there either, Bubba.
What's that?
You don't have to smoke there.
Yeah, exactly. You just breathe in the air. Yeah, it's funny because I got a buddy who lives in Beijing, and he had to fly. He couldn't fly home one time. He had to catch a train because the pollution was so bad at the airport that the pilots could not see the runway. So they had to shut down the airport. That is some serious pollution, man, when you can't see a damn runway at an airport.
Exactly.
So, that's funny. The great Supreme Court. It's the great Supreme Leader, Rona. I'm fat, but not that fat.
Well, I don't know.
Backpacker. Oh, cool. Yeah, you've been to Singapore, Dave.
Yeah, I have.
Did you like it?
Huh?
Did you like it?
I mean, it's like Abu Dhabi, pretty much. It's kind of a, I don't know, how do you say it, like a menagerie. Like it's a caricature of the United States, England, and places like that.
Okay. Yeah, because Rona's
Is
saying
a lot of English people speaking?
they speak Singlish.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Singlish.
Well, Singapore was, I believe it was a British colony at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was also a Dutch colony at one time as well.
So, therefore, a very English-speaking colony because the Dutch all speak English.
Yes. I always think the Dutch. I think of that movie. What was it? A Fish Called Wanda. There's only two things in this world I hate: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
You know,
like, what the Dutch ever do to anybody?
I think of the movie Euro Trip and Lucy Lawless and that little punk kid strapped to a gurney.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I haven't seen a movie in a while.
That's an old movie.
But wasn't the Dutch? Didn't they have control of North Africa a long time ago?
Of what?
They had a lot of influence there.
Africa, it was mostly British and French in Africa. I mean,
the Dutch had an enclave in South Africa.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
every European country had one or two little countries, but it was predominantly Britain and France that controlled most of Africa, like the Congo, which is was controlled by Belgium. Zimbabwe was British. Kenya was British. Egypt was British.
Morocco.
Morocco was French. Algeria was French.
Spanish and French, yeah.
Yeah.
Tunisia, I guess, was, well, I don't know.
Spanish and French.
Okay. I think Tunisia is just a big desert. Well, like most of North Africa.
North Africa is pretty much desert and mountains, yeah. But you know, the funny thing about North Africa, the people there, genetically, they're the same as the people in the southern Mediterranean and Europe.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the same area.
Xinjiang.
So they would have a little bit of relationship to it.
Okay. Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia were French. He must be listening at work.
Yeah, he is. Good dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna do a show too on Tuesday morning, and he's actually gonna come on Tuesday morning
Oh, good.
because he's off Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hope you don't mind me telling you his schedule. Sure, don't. Funny dude, great sense of humor.
Yeah, clearly.
So, but yeah, but well, anyway, shall we bash the hobo a little more? Or shall we
I don't.
for him?
He's kind of blase. He had his day yesterday, and he lived in the limelight yesterday. He just didn't like
The attention, that kind of.
yeah, he didn't like that kind of
he
attention.
wallowed in
There's
it.
no question.
But
I think
well,
he got a lot of attention.
Well, yeah.
yeah, but you don't want that kind of attention.
No, not at all. Not after you just spin what happened.
Yeah. Nasty.
I mean, the funny thing about this whole thing was, I was just going to talk about his channel going down, but decided he was going to slam me and attack me and everything on the side and talk about how he's going to kick my ass and all this stuff. And then I found out, hey, guess what? On top of threatening me, he's been arrested, and he's ranting and raving about attacking me. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, do we have any eyewitnesses?
Did he get
Yes,
arrested,
we do.
Or was he just held?
Yes, there's a.
He was
YouTube-
arrested.
Actually, I wouldn't say he was.
Yeah, he was arrested.
Really? I would say he was taken in for questioning.
Okay, he was detained. If
Yes.
if you want to get technical, 20 years ago, we would have said he was arrested.
To me,
But-
to me, arrested is when they slap handcuffs on you. Then you're arrested.
Yeah, then you got to go to the magistrate.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't get that far with him. But you know,
So
we just got it. We just got it.
Now.
Well, you know, he's got that YouTube conspiracy against him. And the Russians are after him too. So are the Democrats. They're out to get him.
Well, he should just throw the towel and just go back home.
Well, that's a long swim. He better slap together some 2-liter bottles and get himself a little car battery and a fan. Get a very early start. Because that's a long trip. Although all he has to do is make it to Guam, but still, that's what, 1,000 miles.
Yeah, well, it's 3 hours nautical. I mean, if you take a plane, it's the flight time is around 3 hours from Manila to Guam.
The only plane, shoot, he couldn't even afford to buy a remote control plane, much less a plane ticket.
Well, he could steal one.
like he did those Cremos.
Damn, man.
Like he did those Cremos. And some Skyflakes. Get himself, steal himself a plane ticket and some Skyflakes. And some Cremos. What a joke.
Well,
You know, if it was most other people, you'd really feel bad for him. But in his case, you don't feel bad for him because he brought it all on himself.
So I heard he had uncontrollable gas in the police station.
Oh God, mixed with that body odor too. Jesus. Oh
I can
God,
only imagine.
man, dude, I'm not going to be able to sleep now. Yeah, that's true. That's probably why they cut him loose. They got tired of smelling the funk.
Totally.
They had to they had to clean up the place after he left. Desanitize.
Air freshener. They had to take out a station fund there to go buy some deodorizer. Burn some candles. Get some break out the Yankee candles.
Yeah, well, you do gotta feel sorry for him just a little bit. I think. I mean, that would have to be a pretty horrifying experience, especially when you know you're broke and you got no place to go.
Oh well, yeah. Sorry for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's staying in some upper crust pension houses. If he's even staying anywhere at all. Roaches and oh God, imagine the CRs in them places.
Well, that could be true because it says he has no money and the government don't care about him. So if he had money, then he'll be in jail to pay his way out. But since he has no money, they say fuck it and just let him go back out.
Yeah, we don't want to feed and put a roof over that broke ass's head.
Fuck no, not Mr. Republican himself. I thought that he was all over the.
Pathetic. Oh well, better him than me.
Oh yeah,
better him than any of us. So, Kev, when are you gonna come over here? Are you ever gonna come over? Excuse me, come over here again?
Well, I'm trying. I got a plane ticket already, but one of my subscribers said he'll give me a plane ticket, but right now I'm just focusing on my penalty I got to pay. So that's a little bit hefty, but it can be done. You know, because I gotta pay immigration.
What? Oh, did you overstay or something?
Oh yeah, man. I was there 13 years.
Jesus.
That's why on my show last night it said I survived the Philippines. Can you? Because I was there for 13 years and I went. Well, I lost everything in almost like 3.5 years, and then after that, I kind of had to defend for myself there.
Out of curiosity, what kind of fines would that incur? I would think that would be like a couple million pesos.
Well, no, it's not that bad, but I got to pay right almost 5,000 US.
That's actually not that much.
Well, it's not really. I mean, for 30 years.
It's a chunk of change, but I mean, realistically, something like that you could pay off in a couple years. I mean, and that's on a tight budget.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just saving. I'm sending. I get I'm happy because you see on my head when I got my head injury, Aloe likes to poke fun at me. He hurts my feelings all the time. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
You guys are great. It's hilarious. You got to get sense of humor, man.
See, at first he rubbed me wrong because I'm going, who the hell is this guy? And he's saying that I was going to go back to Pakistan or someplace, and he just rubbed me wrong. Then later on, he kind of like apologized in a nonchalant way. But yeah, he's okay. You just at first, he's like a royal pain, but after that, he's okay.
yeah, Aloe's good. He's a good guy. He trolls me too a little bit, but he's nice about it.
Well,
That's like when I did the advertisement for our Conspiracy Theory Friday for our vaccination. He said, "Are you guys spreading left-wing BS again?" And I said, I responded back to him. I said, "No, Aloe, the only thing we're going to be spreading is your ass cheeks." So, and he goes, "Oh, it's all good, Bubba." So, it's good natured. It's no problem.
Well, I'm afraid if I see him, if I go up to him and go, "Hi," he might salute me like a Nazi salute.
Oh, he's funny. I do wonder what he looks like. I imagine he's probably pretty pale skinned. I would think.
Yeah, he's a mestizo,
right?
So yeah.
Yeah, he's half Swiss.
Yeah.
So I don't know because my kid's half. I mean, obviously half American and half Filipino, and that's Dave. Everybody says, "Man, he's white."
Oh my!
So my kid's very, very white.
He's very fair.
And my girlfriend, she's not real light skinned either. She's not super dark, but she's like mocha colored.
Yeah, kind of like mine. And both my daughters, they all look like me. A big bone, very tall. But they got light skin. But when they go outside, they get an awesome tan. And only thing that is Filipino is her nose.
Okay. Yeah.
They have a Filipino nose, but they have everything else is from me.
By the way,
are like sandy blonde hair.
By the way, it reminds me. Congrats, Dave. You're having a daughter.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's not white as shit.
As white as my kid.
No. It's got nothing to do with your kid. Nothing at all. It's
I know.
just I see these little babies, these little Filipinas that we just had a cousin had a baby, and they showed her to me. She smiled at me. And she had her long black hair and she had her little pigtails. And my wife goes, "Are her eyes chinky enough for you?" And I went, "Chinky? How horrible is this?" And they're all laughing about it. I'm like, "Holy shit! You people laugh at racism in this country. It's hilarious." In the United States, people would be filing lawsuits, man.
And it's so funny though too because my buddy Barry, he lives in Spokane. Well, he lives about an hour and a half from Spokane, Washington. But we've been friends for like 20 years. And when I showed him, my kid on, because we FaceTime, he was like, man, he's really white. It's like everybody says that. And it's so funny. It's like, well, what? Do I look black or something? You know, it's comical. So it's just funny. But the women, boy, he's going to be quite the ladies' man.
He will. I'm curious what my daughter's going to look like. I'm really very curious. Is she going to be really white? Is she going to have the chinky eyes? Is she going to have blue eyes like me? Is she going to be a manic depressant like me? Who knows? We'll see.
So how tall are you, Big Kev?
I'm around 6'1".
Oh, okay. Well, that's tall, but that's not like giant.
No, but I'm 6'1", right around there. But my father and all my brothers, they're around 6'5". I'm the shortest one, but I'm the biggest of all, like in stature.
Yeah.
They're a lot smaller than me. But I've been on this diet, prescribed medicine, and it's like amping me up. So right now I'm all amped up since 5:30 this morning. I took my medicine and all. So yeah, I feel great. But
Have you drank a pot of coffee?
oh no, I'm just taking my
you
protein drink, my medicine I got from the doctor, and that's all I'm doing. But I feel well, yeah, kind of like if I drank the espresso, drank a whole pot of espresso. I just feel all amped up.
God, if you drank a pot of espresso, you'd feel like your head was going to blow up.
Yeah.
Good.
But on my diet, 1 month I lost 22 pounds. So this is my second month now that I'm into it. Right around a month and a half. So I'm losing the weight. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Cool. Are you doing a Krispy Kreme diet?
What's that?
Eat nothing but donuts?
Oh man,
Pizza,
no.
drinking beer.
Oh,
Healthy lifestyle.
You guys are like bad influences. I mean, I don't. I mean, that's not nice to even talk about. I feel offended when you say that now.
I drink
donuts.
Krispy Kremes.
Yeah,
I remember when their stock went public.
Well, that's not nice. You know that. I mean, because now I'm picturing like a big donut.
So like
cream filled.
So I'm gonna head to bed now. It's late.
That's cool. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get off of here myself. You know, it's after 11. Although I'm not tired.
Eat a donut.
There you go.
because you already made me mad. So I mean, donut.
The late night show with donuts.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, Big Kev.
Hey, thanks for letting me crash your party.
Oh, not a problem,
No,
man.
not at all.
Anytime.
Yeah.
So
I just got my feelings hurt a little bit this morning, and I wanted to. Well, I posted something earlier, and it wasn't bad or nothing. I just said that you got to be careful where you post things because you don't want to offend nobody.
Yeah, you got to watch that anymore. YouTube's very sensitive about that stuff.
Oh no, I'm talking about in Facebook. I went on somebody's group page and I said goodnight to everybody, and they don't want people doing things that's not related to their group page. So saying goodnight wasn't good.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be in a group like that.
They're good people, but it's just kind of weird that everything has to be related about that site. So
Yeah.
I just said good night to everybody else. Anyway,
Well,
you just be careful whose toes you're stepping on.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and end the show. Hey, thanks for coming on, Dave. I hope you enjoy your trip.
Rock
And I guess message me on
on.
Facebook to let me know you're all right.
Yay! I will.
Cool, man. You have a good one
Peace.
too, Big Kev.
All right, buddy, I appreciate it. You guys
No.
have a good evening.
Thanks, you too.
I'm
And
out.
cool. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate it. This impromptu broadcast. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And hope you tune in Monday at 7 p.m. Philippines time for the Bubba and Johnny Warrior show. Till then, may all your days be sunny. May the sun be shining wherever you may be. Bye now.